Hello, my name is Kelly Schmidt. I am your instructor for D439 Foundations of Nursing. Welcome to Chapter 20, Evaluation. Evaluation is the stage where we evaluate whether the patient met their goals and what goals might need to be changed for the future. It's the final phase of the nursing process, but it doesn't indicate an end to the nursing process because evaluation should be ongoing. It should be carried out in daily nursing interventions that ensure quality nursing interventions and effectiveness of those interventions. We can ask ourselves a few questions. How has the patient progressed? Did they meet their goals? If they met their goal, what is the new goal? And if they did not meet their goal, what change is needed to help them get there? The primary purpose of an evaluation is to determine whether the patient's progress towards achieving established goals and outcomes. It is possible to determine a healthcare agency's ability to provide safe and effective healthcare services, and it provides a mechanism to help nurses define, explain, and measure the results of nursing interventions. The objective is to determine if nursing interventions are helping clients achieve expected outcomes. This effectiveness is determined by evaluating the goals and expected outcomes to determine if they provided direction for patient care. It is essential to evaluate nursing interventions because they serve as the standards by which patient progress is measured. It promotes accountability among nurses. Evaluation involves reviewing all aspects of patient care and determining its effectiveness in helping the patient to recover. Nurses work collaboratively with one another and other members of the healthcare team. The evaluation phase promotes the nurse's sense of accountability to their patients and to one another. It helps us to analyze data. In the evaluation phase of the nursing process, nurses compare and analyze data from the time the patient was admitted to care to determine if positive or negative trends are occurring. The data is helpful in deciding the next course of action to take in the patient care. It helps us to promote continuity of care. Although the evaluation phase is the fifth and last step in the nursing process, nurses are constantly evaluating patient progress. Evaluation allows nurses to establish a pattern of continuous care and attention, which helps promote positive patient outcomes. Some changes in patient statuses are subtle, but require sharp observational skills. The ability to analyze reassessment data and use critical thinking are necessary to determine if outcomes have been met or decided if changes need to be made. Nurses must demonstrate strong communication skills because evaluation includes the patient and all members of the healthcare team. The evaluation phase is based on the nurse's accurate and efficient use of observation, critical thinking, and communication skills. Standards and goals are established during the planning phase of the nursing process. Nurses use evaluation to determine the presence of changes in the patient's status relevant to established standards. The nurse uses his or her assessment skills early in the nursing process to gather data. The same skills are used and are vital for comprehensive, effective evaluation. Nurses gather data to help determine the success of nursing interventions. The data collected during the evaluation phase must answer the question, did the patient achieve the treatment goals and expected outcomes as outlined in the care plan? Nurses validate goal achievement by analyzing the patient's responses to nursing interventions outlined in the nursing care plan. During the evaluation phase, the nurse must use critical thinking skills to determine which nursing actions contributed to improved patient outcomes and to what degree they were effective. This step in the evaluation process allows the nurse to analyze the patient's response to interventions, determine the benefits of those interventions, and identify opportunities or needs for change. In the evaluation phase of the nursing process, the nurse uses observation and assessment skills to reevaluate the patient's status. In this step, the nurse compares baseline data collected in the initial assessment with the patient's current health status. There could be a challenge of incomplete documentation. Every nurse is responsible for documenting patient progress and other pertinent information. If one nurse fails to document and report patient changes or progress, or to record laboratory or diagnostic tests, it could lead to changes and challenges. The most effective way to overcome the challenge is to avoid it happening altogether. We need to make sure we document information about your patient during each shift. And any change in progress or lack of progress, subjective or objective findings, or other relevant information should be readily available for any nurse that will be caring for that patient. Patient frustration. In the perfect nursing world, patients would be admitted to care, nursing interventions would be implemented, and we would see a positive result. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. One of the challenges nurses face in the evaluation phase is frustration related to slow progress or failing to meet goals. This takes patience and understanding on our part. If you, as the nurse in the evaluation phase, find yourself faced with this situation, take the time to talk to your patient. Assure them that progress does not happen as quickly as we would like and encourage them to keep pushing forward. Let your patient know that you are there to support them and that your priority is to see improvement. Sometimes all it takes is to calm the patient down and help them regain focus. Sometimes it is not uncommon for patients to try to mask their symptoms or deny concerns. This is very common when a patient has been hospitalized in a care facility for an extended period of time and wants to go home. In situations like this, strong nurse-patient relationship and good communication skills are necessary. If you feel your patient is not being forthcoming about the progress, or perhaps new symptoms have emerged that they do not want to discuss, ask direct questions. Explain the importance of transparency when reporting progress, problems, or concerns. As nurses, we hope that interventions positively impact our patients and that we can see improvement. And family members also hope that their loved ones will recover and return to normal. A challenge can be when the patient's progress or patient status declines and there is little improvement. Family members might deny the reality of the patient's situation. The fear of the unknown or lack of understanding is what causes family members to be in denial. If family members struggle with accepting the idea of continued care or changes, the nurse should acknowledge their concerns and offer support. When appropriate, talk with the patient and family member together and discuss the previous plan of care and any suggestions for alterations or changes and the rationale for them. Nurses understand that patients respond differently to care, with some progressing faster than others. And therefore, this needs to be communicated because at times patients want to terminate care before discharge goals are met. At times, patients need extra time or updated care plans. Patients don't always understand the complexities of interventions and expected and realistic outcomes, and it can lead to feelings of despair or failure. If patients slowly progress or fail to meet goals and expected outcomes, their frustration sometimes leads for them to give up or desire to seek care elsewhere. It is crucial for nurses to approach the patient with an attitude of empathy and attempt to discuss the patient's concerns. It may take some time and reinforced teaching to help the patient understand that slow progress is not a failure. Explain your view of the patient's current status compared to his or her status upon admission. Encourage the patient by assuring him that even slow progress is progress, and offer ideas on ways you think the care plan can be amended to suit his needs and ask for input. If you have any additional questions, would like some more resources, you know how to reach me. Kelly Schmidt, kelly.schmidt@wgu.edu. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.